Hey, this is the video for Evolution 3, so go ahead and set up a new entry in your Cornell notes. Remember to start a new page for this video. Also pay attention, our essential vocabulary is evolution, common ancestor, and extinct. So evolution is simply the process in which a species gradually changes over time. And we talked about this in the previous video with the giraffes. Giraffes with shorter necks weren't able to reach leaves high up in the tree. So over time, the necks just got longer and longer. Now, this the concept of common ancestor is kind of best explained over time. So in the past, there were these short-necked giraffes, and a short-necked giraffe would die, and then it just got covered up by layers and layers and layers and layers of mud, of sand, of different types of soil, and then eventually it became fossilized in a rock. Now the next, over time, another giraffe may have evolved with a slightly longer neck. And then the same thing happens. It dies, it gets covered up by different types of soil. We have even a longer neck giraffe. Again, dies, gets covered up by the soil. And then we have the longest neck giraffe. And when that one dies, it also gets covered up by soil. And these all become fossilized, where basically the minerals in the bones are replaced by and turn into rock, essentially. Now, what we determine is we can use different types of chemicals like uranium or types of carbon, different isotopes. You don't have to know that term, but you can use different isotopes to determine how long some of these have been around. So this may have been 25 million years ago, 16 million, 7 million, and 3 million years ago. So the giraffe necks have grown very, very slowly, but over millions of years. Now, if you drew it out, it may look something like this. You have the short-necked giraffe, and then you have the different lengths of necks, and then you have the giraffe that we have today. So anything down here represents the past. Anything that is at the present is still alive today. So when we say a common ancestor, we could either draw it with different types of organisms, or they could use different shapes or just words. But a common ancestor is a species that gives rise to other species, and it can be traced back to a point in the diagram. So if I wanted to know the common ancestor between the black circle and the yellow circle, what would the common ancestor be? Well, what you should do is trace these back from the yellow and from the black. You trace them back to where the two lines meet. So the orange one would be a common ancestor. Now, when something is extinct, that simply means that it just doesn't survive to the present. So a species that no longer exists in present time. Example of extinct organisms, all of the dinosaurs. We also have more recent extinctions. We have like the golden, the golden toad, I think it's called? Yeah, it was a tree frog that basically went extinct recently, within the last 20 years. We have the dodo, we have the great auk, we have different organisms, the thylacine, which is like what used to be called the Tasmanian wolf, but we have different organisms that have been gone extinct due to human activities. So what I would like you to do is respond to this check for understanding. I want to make sure that you understood this video. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope this video was informative. I will see you soon.